Greetings to the students in the Biblical Hermeneutics class here at Southeastern University. This is your instructor, Dr. Larry Asplund, coming to you at the beginning of week 1. Believe it or not, I am recovering from, asthma complicated by COVID. But you know, it's not going to keep me from enjoying this class and in fully engaging with you every step along the way. Let me start by giving you just a quick course description. Of course, you have this in your syllabus, but I wanted to review it with you quickly this evening. This is a course designed to familiarize the student with the science and interpretation as related to the biblical text. And of course, you know, hermeneutics is both science and art, as we understand it. Its emphasis is placed on the principles of exegesis, particularly the interpretation of Scripture in light of its historical, grammatical, and theological content. This course requires careful study of and reflection upon the appropriate biblical text. So we will be looking generally at the issue of hermeneutics, but also you will have the opportunity to dig deeply into a passage in Ephesians, a passage of your choice. Have a couple of great textbooks that we will be using in this class. Biblical Elements of Biblical Exegesis from Michael Gorman is just a very, very excellent kind of a general text on hermeneutics. And then, of course, The Blue Parakeet by Scott McKnight, you're going to enjoy immensely as it deals with the issues of hermeneutics in a creative kind of way. In terms of, in terms of the course assignments, I wanted to give you a quick list of the kinds of things you will be doing module by module. It really are modules because it's an 8-week intensive. Each will be 1 week long. You will have discussions in modules 1 to 7. I'm sure you've participated in these discussions before, so you know that you will have your initial post due by the end of the day on Saturday. Of course, our academic week goes from the end of the day on Tuesday and following. So we ask you to put your initial post by the end of the day on Saturday so we have an opportunity to interact with you. And then, of course, that assignment, along with the others, will be due by the end of the day on Tuesday. Please reply to at least 2 other posts from students in the class. All of these discussions together will be worth 22% of your final grade. There will be quizzes, short quizzes, open book, open notes. It's really a review opportunity for you over the assigned reading in each module. So this is going to be worth 15% of your final grade. You're going to be doing an exegetical project out of the book of Ephesians, and we'll take it kind of one step at a time. So the very first step of that is the religion library exercise in Module 3, which you will be simply providing a list of citations based on your research of the literature up until that point of time. So we just want to be able to unpack this project for you piece by piece. This particular assignment will be worth 5% of your final grade. There will be rough drafts. So in modules 2 to 7, you will be able to send me a rough draft of what you've done so far so I can provide you with feedback. And all of these rough drafts together, all 6 of them, will be worth 18% of your final grade. And then, of course, finally, the final exegetical paper is coming up at the very end of the class. And there's, significant instructions. All kinds of, there's the grading rubric is available, everything that's designed to help you do well. It will be worth 20% of your final grade, and then there will be a final exam at the end of the class. Once again, open book, open notes, basically over everything that we've done in the class. So there will be a 2-hour limit. Your weekly quizzes will have a 30-minute limit, but this final exam will have a 2-hour limit. And it will come up at the end of our class. So welcome to week 1 here in the summer of 2022. I recently moved from Florida to Oregon, which may account for not having as good a health. I was telling somebody all the years that I lived in Florida, I never got sick. I think the sunshine just kind of kept me, I don't know, from getting sick. But here I am out in Portland, Oregon, and thinking about you. Most of you are there back in Florida, of course, enjoying the summer. First of all, getting started in our course, it's very, very important to download the course syllabus and policies, an excellent complete document that gives you all the information you will need about our class. There's a first discussion opportunity, a meet the class discussion opportunity, where you can just post a thread in the normal way, or you can also post a video greeting. I look forward to those because I participate and enjoy interacting with you there. There's a great course introduction video from our original professor, Professor Ross, who is the one who teaches this course in person in Lakeland. A list of resources, a very extensive list of resources that's available for you. And there's the student acknowledgement and attendance confirmation survey. It's just basically a way of proving that you're here. Excuse me, that you're participating in the class. Ultimately, this is necessary to open up week 1. It's also kind of connected to the issue of financial aid, whether or not you're receiving it, because it's available to Southeastern students. We need to jump through this hoop as well. Very important. So thank you for taking the time to do that. Module 1 asks the question, what is hermeneutics and why do we need it? So it's kind of a basic introduction to our study this semester. The aim in terms of course objectives is, after the introduction, we want you then to be able to identify basic terms in hermeneutics, to determine why one should study hermeneutics. Of course, I think is absolutely essential for those who want to be able to dig accurately and helpfully into the text of Scripture, whether it be for your own personal growth or the possibility of sharing at a Bible study, preaching. To be able to recognize the risks associated with the development of interpretive skills. So what are the issues really that we need to keep in mind? To identify what readers bring to the biblical text in terms of our, the understanding that we have to begin with, our background. To discuss one's personal view of the Bible, and then to choose a passage from Ephesians for your exegetical project. And of course, there will be a list of possible passages, and you will choose from among them. Excuse me. In terms of resources for the week, there is a video from the Bible Project called How to Read the Story of the Bible. We're asking you to read in your text this week. So from the Blue Parakeet, read chapters 1 and 2. From the Elements of Biblical Exegesis, also chapters 1 and 2. And then there is a great review provided for you called What Do We Bring to the Text? And a couple of other great videos. One called Can We Trust Bible Translations? And the other one called Social Location and Biblical Interpretation. Both great resources, important resources for you in Module 1. In terms of your graded assignments then this week, of course, you will have a discussion forum. And you will, follow the usual pattern for our discussion forums. A couple of items under the prompt this week. First of all, by engaging with the 2 videos from the week, how do you view the Bible? How does thinking about the Bible as a library of writings written over 1,000 years by different people in different languages and different cultural contexts change, challenge, or help how you view the Bible? And then more personally, reflect upon your family history, your culture, and your personal experience of church life. And from this reflection, provide a brief statement as to your perception of what you bring to the study and teaching of the biblical text. And how do you perceive this background helping or hindering your ability to understand the text you have selected? Of course, we all have a background, particularly if you grew up in church and Sunday school like I did. You have a very clear background, and it's good to have kind of a handle on that. So as always, this assignment is due by the end of the day next Tuesday, but your initial assignment to help us interact with you by the end of the day on Saturday. Then there's another assignment where you will choose from among a list a passage in Ephesians that you will live with in the coming 8 weeks. Your assignment this week is to read the book of Ephesians and then to choose a passage from the list. The assignment really calls up what is essentially a discussion thread. It's just a place for you to post the passage that you have decided to they decided to focus on. It'll be kind of good, I think, to be able to see what other students in the class have chosen as well. This is not a graded assignment, but a very, very important one, and I look forward to seeing the passage that you choose this coming week. And then you'll have your first quiz over the assigned readings for the week. Once again, open book, open notes, a 30-minute limit. It's a review opportunity. And you will have a link that will enable you to take that quiz as well. So, what is biblical hermeneutics? It's a very, very important area of study that will enable us to kind of position ourselves to hear what God was saying to the original audience and what God is saying to us. And so for us to be able to hear that for ourselves is important, but also to be able to share it with others in ministry or just even in personal sharing in a small group Bible study. Whatever the case might be is so very, very important. So what a great class. I'm looking forward to sharing this learning experience with you. I'm here for you all the time, looking forward to jumping in and interacting with you. Never hesitate to let me know if you have a question or you encounter a problem. If there's any way I can help you, be sure to let me know. So God bless you, everybody. Just have a great week one.